It was back on June of 2020 where I woke up one morning and I felt like I had like body chills and body aches and I had a headache. And I talked to my wife, I said, hey babe, I don't feel good. On the 17th, they notified me and said, Mr. Harris, you tested positive for COVID. And I was using every auxiliary muscle that I had to try to breathe. And I always say that the harder I tried to live, the more I was dying, And it got to the point where I had asked God, this is it, I'm ready. Because I was so tired. It was so much on the body that I couldn't take it anymore. And I called my wife. I said, babe, help me. I can't breathe, help me. And they said, Miss Harris, we had to put him on the ventilator because if we don't, he may not make it through the night. And I remember them standing over me. And they said, Mr. Harris, are you ready? I said, yes, I'm ready. And I asked the Lord, I said a quick prayer, Lord, please take care of my family. Please forgive me my sins. I was trying to make it right because I just know that going on a ventilator is a little bit difficult sometimes, and when they go on the ventilator, some don't come out. I had a couple of friends who didn't make it, off the ventilator. So it was a very serious moment for me. And a little over 24 hours later, I remember waking up and I had the ventilator in my mouth. I was intubated and I clicked down like this, like, what is this? And I said, thank you, God, I'm still here. But that was one of the most trying times of my whole life. This experience has opened my eyes to so many new things. Like life is just in the blink of an eye, One day you're here and one day you're not, So trying to take it for granted, and we try to live life to the best and do what we can, and do what we can to make it the best life we can, When my wife picked me up, to see her face, because at that point, family members were not allowed in the hospital to come visit you. And then they changed it where it said, okay, if family's coming, that means you're not doing so well. So when she came and picked me up and I'm going home, I was so happy to see her. I couldn't really get excited because of my oxygen. Like I said, I couldn't exert a lot of energy, but at that time I could sit on the couch, with my son, and he's sitting next to me. And I don't know if he knew or not, but it was like, he just sat there and we just watched TV. He didn't do a lot of jumping. He didn't do a lot of playing. He just sat there. Maybe he knew something was wrong with Daddy, but he didn't want me to have to exert a lot of stuff, because usually he's jumping around. But at that day, he just sat right there. Until it affects you or touches you in a manner where it's so close, you may not understand the seriousness of it. I just hope people one day will understand how serious this is before it affects them in a negative or adverse way. I heard that the shot will lessen the symptoms, and because of what I went through, I did not want to go through that again. Too many of my close friends are not making it. If you have something against the vaccination, at least before you decide not to take it, do your own research. Figure out what exactly is that you don't want to take before you take the word of somebody else. I'm just trying to, do my part. So me taking the vaccination I felt was me and my family was doing our part. My hat's off to the BAMSI staff. They initially tried to take me somewhere else. And my wife said, no, he's going to BAMSI. They're waiting for him, he's going to BAMSI. But the staff, the BAMSI staff, I want to say kudos for me and my family, and even for my care, and those who you're helping right now. I know my wife shares the same sentiments. Thank you for everything you did, because they went above and beyond.